Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, we do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for little as $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video we're going to be looking at MMTLP, and what we have seen today certainly has been the biggest short attack so far. We're also going to be looking at an update in terms of a press release from the company. There is some significant and important information we're going to look at in that press release, so stay tuned for that. There has been some developments with regard to dates that we're going to look at, which I think are going to be very, very interesting. So before we do that, let's have a look at this short attack in terms of the chart. So on the screen here we can see it's down approximately 58.6%. Closing at around about $2.90. So at one time it was up around about the $6.20 mark. So huge short attack, very, very significant sell-off. They've been probably the worst day for MMTLP since it started in terms of the biggest percentage decline. Probably not what we were expecting, so certainly very, very frustrating. However, we're now going to look at reasons why this happened and what is likely to happen going forward over the next 2 trading days. So let's now have a look at the news release with regard to MMTLP. So from the company we can see here December the 8th 2022. The headline here is Meta Materials announces FINRA has revised corporate action for exchange of Series A preferred shares. In terms of the key highlights here, second paragraph down, I'm just going to summarize that for you here. It's see the day list of 6th of December 2022. The announcement is now revised. MMTLP shareholders with settled positions as of 12th of December 2022, which will be Monday, will receive 1 share of next Bridge Hydrocarbons for 1 share of MMTLP held. So it's very important to remember what I've said there. Purchase of MMTLP executed after the 8th of December 2022 will not receive the distribution, will not be quoted X symbol MMTLP, will be deleted effective 13th of December 2022. So there is a significant difference. In fact, there are probably 2 or 3 differences that we're going to look at, and I think these are quite important. But let's now have a look at in terms of a response from David before we look at some additional information with regard to these changes that have just been highlighted. Let's now have a look at a message from David and his angle in terms of what happened today. So what David is saying here is that shorts are in deep blank right now because they used, I'm sure, synthetic shares to bring this down. They'll have to pay all of them back. Bye and watch this rip just like Volkswagen. These SOBs, so we can speculate what SOBs means. They thought they were going to be able to cancel the shares. One word, that's all it took. One word, great job, John Berda and George Palicaro. So what is that one word he's talking about? So at the bottom we'll look at what is the perspective from the update, and what in terms of the FINRA update that I just shared with you there, it's just come out. There was one word change, and the word changed is from cancelled to deleted. What this means is that the shorts thought they were going to be able to cancel their shares and not have to pay a dime back. Now that has changed to deleted, and that means they have to reconcile the books, hold on to your shares. And a message from David, he's not sold a single share. So very, very important change there. So in terms of action that we're going to see hopefully on Friday and Monday. So there's a prediction here that this one word that is changed is going to make a significant difference. But what I'd now like to do is add on another change that I think is important from this press release. I'm now going to share that with you as well. So before we look at the other key difference, I'd like to give a special thanks and shout out here to Smokey, who initially brought this to my attention, and what he stated here in his post earlier today. From what I can tell at first glance, it says the same thing. with different wording. They took out the pay date, which is the distribution date. I wonder if they are anticipating a settlement problem due to heavy synthetics in existence, TikTok. So let's just confirm in terms of what Smokey is saying there. So we're going to first of all have a look at the FINRA version 1. So let's have a look at on the screen here. FINRA version 1 into the comment section. I've highlighted there in yellow, and it states on there basically Bridge Hydrocarbons for every 1 share of MMTLP on pay date 14th of December 2022. So that's the important thing there. So obviously you will receive 1 share of Bridge Hydrocarbons on 14th of December 2022. So let's have a look at that statement there. Now we're going to have a look at version 2. So on version 2, what we can see is missing is that date 14th of December. So what does it now say in this new updated version? It says you will receive 1 share of Bridge Hydrocarbons for 1 share of MMTLP held, full stop. Purchase of MMTLP executed after the 8th of December will not receive the distribution, and MMTLP will be deleted from the 13th of the 12th, 2022. So the date of 14th has now gone. It does not say when we are going to receive these shares in terms of the distribution date. It just says you will not receive the distribution. So let's just double check this by going back to the press release. So I'm going to put that on the screen here. Now if we have a look at the press release, and just on there, and we can see yes, it is correct, the 14th of December distribution date is missing. So great find there by Smokey, but again very, very interesting. So hopefully this is good news in terms of what Smokey said in terms of the anticipated number of synthetics and having to deal with that as well. What I'd now like to do is finish off by having a look at some other developments that we saw today. So shout out here to Metamaterial News, and they've tagged in Paul T, who posted with regard to TD Ameritrade. This is one of the brokers that I think were one of the last ones to confirm receipt of the corporate action notice, but that has now been confirmed. So obviously the post also goes on to say Friday and Monday will be epic, history will be made. In terms of Fidelity, I'm not sure what's happening with them, but as far as I knew, the latest was I wasn't aware that they had confirmed receipt of corporate action notice. I'm hoping anybody can maybe confirm that in the comments. And the final update I'd like to share with you is with regard to Trading 212. There was a concerning and cryptic message announced early on today, and that message was that we are not allowed to sell after the 8th of December 2022, which was today. So a special thanks to everybody who put pressure on them to confirm and expand and clarify and explain this cryptic message, and we are pleased to say that you can now sell on the 9th and you can now sell on the 12th. But obviously if you sell, you will lose your rights to Bridge Hydrocarbons. But obviously this is an important entitlement and a right for everybody with Trading 212, because obviously if there is a run up, then certainly we should be able to take advantage of that. So confirmation here from Trading 212, the date was updated from the 8th of December to the 12th of December. So good news here for people investing through Trading 212. Finally, what can we expect going forward over the next 2 trading days? So we have Friday the 9th of December 2022, we have Monday the 12th of December 2022, Tuesday the 13th of December 2022. MMTLP will no longer exist. So everybody who is currently holding MMTLP, you will, depending on your broker, will still be able to sell on Friday the 9th of December, and you will also still be able to sell on Monday the 12th of December. So these are the 2 key trading dates left. And what we also have going forward is obviously the shorts still need to close their positions, so they will be able to close their positions on the Friday, and they will be able to close their positions on the Monday. So technically, if you still have a buy button, you will still may be able to buy MMTLP with a view of swing trading this, but that could be quite risky, especially if your sell order does not go through or your buy order does not go through at your desired price. So certainly maybe a little bit risky, but certainly I am expecting the shorts to close. I am expecting all the synthetic shares to be dealt with, because obviously we can only have 165 million shares going into NextBridge. So if there are more, then that is a problem that the brokers need to deal with. So not an overall great day today for MMTLP. So again, very, very disappointed. I know many investors out there are going through a difficult time, just like everybody, all of us. So we are very, very disappointed with the market makers in terms of what's happened. So we still have 2 more days. Let's see what happens over the 2 days. And if everything happens as it should have happened, then there is still a chance to get something from this play. So all options are still available.